It's a rather awkward week of weather ahead as areas of low pressure will move around slowly across the British Isles. This is your fleeting view from MWIS. As we start things off on Sunday evening, we've got two zones of low pressure, one out to the northwest, one to the southwest, and they more or less merge into one general area of rain as we go overnight into the early hours of Monday, which will lead to persistently wet conditions across the Western Highlands and rain pretty extensive across much of Scotland during the day. Patchy rain too coming into the western side of England and Wales, although the further east you are across Wales and across a fair amount of the Peak District and Pennines, chances are you're in for a largely dry day. A strengthening wind from the south as this low out to the southwest starts to wind itself up. Some heavy and prolonged falls continuing across the western side of Scotland overnight into Tuesday, so becoming very wet underfoot and the risk of some flooding developing in this part of the world. Low pressure then is on the scene during Tuesday daytime, some rain around across Scotland. The heaviest falls may well just ease for a time, and a bit of a lull in the wind and the rain across the Highlands at least part of Tuesday. Pulses of showery rain coming up from the south and southwest across England and Wales, and the risk of gale force winds across western hills nearest the Irish Sea. As we head onwards Tuesday into Wednesday, still tangled areas of low pressure rotating around, and maybe the emphasis on the heavier rain is across the south of Britain. As we go into Wednesday daytime, some persistent rain across Wales, maybe extending a bit further northwards into the Peak District too. Further north, we've got light winds in the centre of low pressure across the Highlands, but still some clusters of showers around, and as the wind flow eventually turns more to the north, those showers turning more to snow across the Munros as freezing levels drop to around 800 or 900 metres later on in the day. So chilly as we go onwards into the second half of the week across Scotland, those temperatures staying on the chilly side through into Thursday. A drier day, though, is likely for much of Scotland on Thursday as a ridge of high pressure begins to build in from the west, but still some showers running in on a brisk west by northwest wind across the lakes, Pennines and Wales for a time. As we move towards the back end of the week, it looks increasingly likely now as though a strengthening southwesterly is what's going to move in, with fronts coming in off the Atlantic, some outbreaks of rain extending into western Scotland, some persistent falls for a time into Friday. That front may be breaking up a little bit as it passes eastwards, but a brisk southwesterly and rain on and off during the day is likely for many places. And then we're watching for another developing low over the Atlantic as we head towards next weekend. A lot of uncertainty at this distance what that does, but it just has that risk of some further extensive rain and gale force winds. We shall keep an eye on those developments. We'll have your full planning outlook updated on Tuesday. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.